We'll get you back to the second quarter in Birmingham, Salt Lake against the Iron right now. It is a 0-0 game right now. Defenses are showing up in this one at the end of the first quarter. I'm Alex Flanagan along with Terrell Davis. Welcome into our Alliance All Access studios. And TD, we are through one quarter. What stands out to you so far in this game?
Birmingham defense played last week. Shutout so far, shutout in this game. Nice red zone stop right there by Jack Tocho, excuse me. I mean, that defense was just playing all over the field. And right now, they're a bend but don't break defense. I love seeing that in this game right now.
Tocho stripping the ball, Elijah Campbell recovering it. And I think what you really see out of that defense is the effort.
Absolutely. That's what defense is all about. It's about flying around, assignment of football. And you saw there as the running backs going down there, Matt Asiata, he's pulling, but they go in there and the effort and everybody's around the ball, and then Tojo pulls the ball out. I mean, that's what you want. Guys who are aggressive, always swarming. Those are the best defenses in the game.
Let's see if we can get some points on the board now in the second half. Cynthia Freeland giving us her power rankings coming up, but right now we send you back out to the second quarter and Brian Anderson and company.
All right, Alex, thank you. You made Coach Lewis shiver right there. He doesn't want to ever see points on the board. You're back into your defensive mode, Coach.
Well, no, when you're a head coach for a while, you become the head coach. And I started in football as a quarterback, so I want to throw the ball over their heads all the time.
Is that why you want to go deep every play, Coach?
Maurice, we got to take a shot, Maurice.
At least every time, right?
Every other time.
5 quarters of shutout ball for Birmingham on defense. Second and 12 after the 5-yard penalty. And nothing there as Oliver is stuffed quickly. Casey Sales first to meet him. 5-yard loss.
You know, Casey Sales reminds me a lot of those old Steeler defensive linemen that you played against.
Oh, yes.
You know, back in the day there. He's done a great job. Brett Kiesel, Aaron Smith. That's who he reminds me of. And Tim's trying to build his defensive football team that way.
Coach, don't have you had nightmares, all right? In Jacksonville, those are some tough battles going back and forth. But this 3-4 style defense, the way this defensive line's playing, you're exactly right.
3rd and 17 for Allen in Salt Lake. And didn't get it off in time. Whistle comes in. Flag is down. I believe a delay of game here. Back them up even further.
Play of game, offense, 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down. There's no play clock this time. I got you. That's fine. Nobody's open, huh? You're going to throw that quick because nobody's there.
Yeah, I think we got an opportunity to see a little bit of the inexperience of Josh Allen right there.
Just found the play clock.
He just found the play clock.
Second quarter.
Coach, it happens. Different quarter, different places.
Another give to, that's Newby. Terrell Newby out of Nebraska. So they go conservative and by a little yardage here. And now the punt team on the field.
You know, there's so much of that happens is the swing of field position in a football game. And we experienced it right there, Maurice.
Well, I don't really like the play call being safe. If you're going to do it, throw a quick screen. Let's get out in space and let's try to get some guys some opportunity. I understand the draw there, but the way this defensive line's playing right now, your offensive line has been doing a great job of going backwards.
And there's no question. All the defensive football team is thinking draw screen as well. You got to try to get something going.
Quan Bray, and across midfield he goes. So another drive that stalls. Ton of penalties there for Salt Lake. Birmingham ball. All month long, the Alliance is spearheading Touchdown for Team Rubicon. For every touchdown scored in every game in February, the Alliance will donate $1,000 to Team Rubicon. That's a veteran-led nonprofit that helps communities recover after a natural disaster. Find out more and join the effort, aaf.com/donate. Military Appreciation Day at Legion Field in Birmingham, Alabama. Second consecutive home game, and the whistles come in.
Substitution, offense, breaking the huddle with 12 players. 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
A ton of penalties here in this last window.
week 2 jitters, I feel like. You know, it's kind of like, all right, we're trying to get into the move a little bit, but you have some guys who are banged up trying to come in. They may not know the personnel exactly how you went through it throughout the week. And let's remember, we're game planning now. It's not the overall concept of the scheme and how we're going to play as a team. It's what we're going to do to beat the Salt Lake Stallions.
I think both teams now with video on offense and defense, more expansive plans on the defensive point, and you're right.
Third penalty in the last 6 plays. Little play action. Perez steps up, heaves it toward the end zone, and he overshoots his man, Quentin Patton.
Come on, baby.
There's nothing wrong with his arm. Talking to Tim Lewis and Steve Logan, the offensive coordinator, Marvin, it was a lot of discussion this week about the college throw versus the NFL throw for quarterback Luis Perez.
What I like about Luis Perez is how he's been moving in the pocket. His pocket presence has been great. He seems step up and step away from the rush on the edges and be able to deliver the football. Just gets it out there a little bit too far.
There's Carter Schultz with the pressure once again. 2nd and 15. That one is in and out of the hands of Quan Bray. It's a drop for Birmingham. It'll be 3rd and 15.
Both these defenses are doing a great job forcing the teams to make the perfect throw every time. And when they do make the perfect throw, the receiver has to make what we call a combat catch, a catch in traffic, someone on you, someone around you, to make it tough. That, especially in a developmental league, those are always going to be tough things to deal with.
Yeah, you see a lot of matchup man-to-man coverage here. Will Davis there with the play there. These guys are being strapped to these receivers and making them tough, tight windows to throw in.
Plus 22 in yardage. Or plus 11 in total plays run, and a connection with the tight end, Connor Davis. Tight end out of Stony Brook. We'll set up a 4th down and another punt here on a 4-yard gain.
There was a long 3rd and 15 there. The Salt Lake Stallions go into a 2-deep, 5 underneath zone there, Maurice. You could see the middle linebacker clearing the middle of the field, making him check the football down and then drive and tackle, keep the ball in front of you.
That's what we've heard from both coaches all week, is keep the ball in front of you and let the offense earn their way down the field. Don't give up the big play.
Punter Colton Schmidt, 5 years with the Bills. And Pearson L directing traffic as it takes a side bounce around the 15-yard line. Skycam is brought to you today by Wheels Up. It'll be Salt Lake ball. Birmingham had a 10-play drive to start this one, but could not convert on a 53-yard field goal attempt in the first quarter, as kicker Nick Novak comes up short. That's been as close as we have gotten to points on the board. A defensive grinder at Legion Field in Birmingham.
Well, if Salt Lake can get back to running the ball with Brandon Oliver, I think they'll have a chance.
Joel Blondio in the backfield to start this possession. A little play action. Austin Allen dumps it off. And almost a 1st down. We'll see about the spot. That's Austin Traylor on the reception. It'll be a 9-yard pickup.
Tiger.
Some of those, we always talk about the running game and the play action pass going together here. You get Allen comfortable, get his first throw on the move, short pass right to the tight end, easy, convert, move forward, get back to your running game though. That's when this team is playing at its best.
First completion of the day for Austin Allen.
And part of the strength here of this football team, they got illegal formation here. We're going to have to take a timeout. Part of the strength is these big tight ends they have. You know, last week we watched Anthony Denham have a great football game. You saw Traylor there make the big catch, and Nick Trusco as well.
I'm getting out of the huddle at 16 seconds. It's not working. go.
Gun dice left, iron release.
Hey. Damn. Yeah.
Guys, not a lot of time for checkdowns. That's been the one theme we've heard from all the teams, all the quarterbacks and coordinators, is the pace of this game, getting the call onto the field faster than what maybe everybody around here is used to.
The 5-second difference in the play clock really makes things speed up. Now, the difference is the communicator stays open the entire time, so there's longer to talk with the quarterback, both offense and defense.
Joel Boigno remains in the backfield with Allen. And a give to Boigno. And another short pickup.
Move the chains there, though. First down, again, a little bit of the RPO action where you're making the defense have to defend the entire field, all 11 players there.
And a completion on that drive, picking up a first down as well, Salt Lake.
I really want to harp on how big this offensive line is for Salt Lake and how important it is to get those guys going forward and leaning on this defense.
Again, it's Boigno. Boigno fights his way for some extra yards. He'll pick up 4. Joel Boigno, North Dakota State product, Minnesota native.
The other part of that is against the 3-4 front, when you're talking about blocking on those outside backers. You know, they're blocking there on Massaquoi, who's 245, 250 pounds. So you have big 320-pound men blocking on, giving up about 70 pounds.
Yeah, Coach.
Got a couple of Utah Utes in there, Nuatafe and Patasi clearing the way. And Boigno, short gain here.
The other thing I like about the Salt Lake attack today is by playing with the 2 tight ends all the time, they're making that 3-4 defense have to even up, and they're making them, they're splitting them out a little bit to really make it a little tougher on them to isolate the blocking.
Well, also, with your tight ends, Coach, you're not allowing these pass rushers who've had a lot of success last week get a chance to get to your young quarterback.
Correct.
Tim Lopano, the coordinator, calling the plays. 3rd down and 3 for Salt Lake. Allen, a lot of time. Scampers. Allen across for the first down.
Nice job there. You know, move the chains. That's what you want. The most efficient NFL quarterbacks move the sticks.
Well, he had some guys open, but he kind of second-guessed himself. Where we saw Luis Perez throw a conviction, here you're going to see Allen look to the drive route. He's going to look to the running back in the backfield. He doesn't see anything. Luckily, the protection holds up, and he's able to use his legs. You want him to kind of diagnose that a little bit quicker and play faster.
Great block there at the end by Joe Boigno to free the quarterback so he can make the first down there.
Lady! Wait up!
6th play of the drive. Oh, right in his face, able to get it off. A completion to Boigno. And he is across for another first down. That had disaster written all over it. Instead, Austin Allen able to turn that into an 11-yard pickup on the hookup with Boigno.
Well, here you have the fake reverse screen. So you're trying to use as much misdirection as possible to try to get your running back in space. If you're able to get some of those linemen out, that could have been an even bigger play with some guys blocking in front.
You also saw the inside linebacker pressure there, so they also hit the weakness of the defense by working away with the screen away from the pressure coming.
So a lot of Brandon Oliver in the backfield in the first quarter. It has been Boigno in the second quarter. Now Oliver back in, gets the carry.
Number C3 there, Jeremy Falk. Nice job there. You know, again, one of these 3-4 defensive ends is so important because they're going to play both outside Maurice on that tackle and sometimes inside on an offensive guard.
Kind of story this league is all about. Jeremy Falk out of Garden City Community College in Kansas. Went through the JUCO route, one of the best JUCO players back in 2016. Had a little time in preseason with the Jets. And this past preseason with the Browns. 2nd and 7. Allen fires. It is caught. Leslie, no, out of bounds. Only 1 foot down. Leslie thought he had them both touched. It'll be incomplete.
It looked like he had them both down to me from up here, but I'd love to see a replay to see if he didn't drag that second foot. Here we're going to see it. Great ball placement here by Allen, getting the ball outside. And yes, he drags the toes.
Looks like he drags the toe.
I need to, Coach Erickson, throw the flag. Tony Toe Tap is in the building.
Play caller Tim Lopano doing a great job, though, of making his quarterback feel much more comfortable, getting the ball out of his hand, getting him on the move a little bit.
Just did get the play off. And again, Allen, that's too tall. Intended receiver was Anthony Denham, who was excellent last week. Caught the first pass, as a matter of fact, in Salt Lake history. Casey Sales with the pressure for Birmingham.
Well, that what shows you every play is important, and you have to make sure as a receiver, as a quarterback, that you're executing on every play, because you have a situation where if it's a little bit cleaner, I think Coach Erickson would have threw the red flag, the challenge flag, to try to find a way to get a replay of that. Maybe you get an extra down.
You know, that's one of the differences we have here in this league, is the ability to get the replay and opportunities so that you can make a great decision, a quick decision like that.
Austin Rico with the punt. And about the 12-yard line, it's Quan Bray. It'll be Birmingham ball when we continue second quarter action. It's the Alliance on TNT.
Here's the thing. 52% of guys experience erectile dysfunction, but 0% like talking about it. That's why we built Roman. For the first time ever, you can get ED meds prescribed online, shipped discreetly to your door. Chat online with U.S. licensed physicians and get FDA-approved medication, all in single-dose packaging. No more waiting rooms, awkward talks, or lines at the pharmacy. Get started with your free online visit at GetRoman.com/TV.
Birmingham will take over at their own 11 second quarter action here at the Alliance. Brian Anderson, Marvin Lewis, Maurice Jones-Drew. And, Coach, we're talking one thing about this league is you're not getting the number of possessions that you'd see in an NFL game. So you're talking maybe 65, 75 possessions per game. Puts a lot of value on each possession.
Yeah, each play really means a lot here. They like to speed up. It's up-tempo football, but we're not getting right today in this game enough first downs made.
Well, yeah, the development is in practice. We're going to practice the fundamentals, do the little things. This is the test. So you're going to go out and see how you execute what we put in practice, how you can play in these environments that are conducive for success.
So the Iron at their 11 with Luis Perez under center, Trent Richardson in the backfield. And a give to Richardson. He's greeted quickly and fighting as much as he can, but another loss.
This defense is flying all around right now, Coach. The Stallions defense. Now, we know in the first half they play well. The key is, can you do that and regroup in the second half and at halftime? Can you regroup and play at a faster level?
When we talked to Coach Erickson yesterday, he mentioned that Coach Henderson was a little energized this week. He was a little louder this week in practice.
Perez wants to throw. He's got his man, his 9th completion. And Wesley Saunders, who was brought back, put on the active list this week. Braden Bowman injured last week. So Saunders, who was on the camp squad before he was let go, brought back, gets himself a reception. Luis Perez now 9 for 15 for 74 yards.
The Salt Lake Stallion defense really doing a nice job of mixing man and zone coverage there. You saw him fall into his zone coverage there. Again, force the check down, drive the throw.
25 plays thus far for Birmingham, 17 passing plays. And going in the air once again, dumps it off. Richardson, oh, what a hit. And Richardson finally down. Gianni Paul, we've called his name a few times today. The linebacker Paul out of Utah delivers the boom.
Coach, let me tell you what, this is that Tampa 2 right here. Watch Paul. He's going to sink. He's going to dive in, read the play, and then really just lay the boom. This is why I don't play the game anymore. Okay, my body doesn't need to get touched like this. I'd rather be in the booth safely here with you.
Well, for our fans, you know, Derek Brooks had an entire career of playing that defense, driving and making those plays where Paul was playing in that particular defense, and a great player for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers playing this style of defense.
Well, Gianni Paul will shake it up after that hit on Richardson.
Gianni Paul is also one of these good stories who was really a productive college football player. And, you know, he's having an opportunity now to earn his way back and an opportunity possibly in the NFL.
You know, one of the things in this Alliance League that we don't talk about a lot of is about how the whole league is ran with one medical unit. Now, both guys are going to come out from the same side because you get different vantage points on what happened, and then they can kind of communicate with the player to figure out what's going on. Where in the NFL, if you're with the Bengals have a staff. If you're with the Jaguars have a staff. So that's one of the unique things that they're doing here in the Alliance League to also help players and just give the best feedback possible to get them back on the field.
I agree with that.
So on 4th and 2, Colton Schmidt on to punt. Dornane Pearson L is back for Salt Lake, and he'll give it a shot here. Pearson L dropped at the 44. Salt Lake will take over possession. Jamar Summers on the tackle on special teams. Hey, one of the exciting new features in the Alliance first season is the fresh new look team uniforms developed and provided between the Alliance and Starter New Era. Sharp-looking unis. I'm sure
Coach,
the Stallions will be anxious to put their home uniforms on next week.
Well, yeah, I'll tell you, if I age myself a little bit, I used to have a Starter's jacket as well.
Oh, yeah.
Oakland Raiders one back in the day.
Those are big.
You know, in the 90s.
Yes, sir. Starter was big. Starter was the outfitter in the NFL when I started in '92 with the Steelers.
Hey. Woo. Lady, what's up?
Austin Allen. And it's his 3rd completion. Finds his man Adonis Jennings. So Allen here in the 2nd quarter has 3 completed passes, just 3 for 7 in the game. Not passing much. I mentioned as we got started today that the receiving core for Salt Lake, they have a ton of injuries. Kenny Bell, who was a prolific receiver at Nebraska, is out with a thigh injury. Dries Anderson is out with a hamstring problem. There's the give to Terrell Newby, and nothing there. The Iron closed the door. 2-yard loss. It was Matthew Wells who greeted him first.
See, one of the harder things, though, working against this 3-4 is now you really play into the strength and the athleticism of these outside linebackers here. Instead of getting the big guys matched up, now we're trying to go laterally on them, and that plays a little bit into their strength and what they're all about.
Wells closed so fast there. He saw the hole, and he shot through that thing to get to the running back, gets a nasty stiff arm, was able to fight through that stiff arm and bring the running back down.
And Massaquoi made that play to order Wells so that Wells could step through and make the play. So using his length and athleticism out there.
Well, Josh Frazier is down, defensive lineman for Birmingham. Yeah, this came upon these players quickly while they relished the opportunity. You're talking about 6-week training camp, essentially. You play an exhibition game. They did some 7-on-7s, but you play an exhibition game, you're right into week 1, and the injuries are starting to stack up here.
Yeah, that's one of the harder things. But, you know, we have these players with Joe Pendry being the general manager of this club, Trey Brown being the personnel director. And they've done a nice job of adding these players from this region, you know, as the allocation and so forth, as far as both the collegiate allocation of which schools are yours, and then the NFL teams.
And if you notice, if you look at Birmingham's roster, there's one school that stands out more than any school.
Yeah.
The Rolling Tide, the Crimson Tide of Alabama. I mean, these guys, they found ways to get guys opportunities, and they want to play that type of ball, that downhill physical football.
Frazier played his college ball at Alabama. He's one of the 10. Let's hope he's all right. Asiata joins Austin Allen in the backfield. Had a big fumble in the first quarter, and again, Allen not getting that one off in time.
What do you mean?
See the communication between the lineman there and Austin Allen. Just a little tidbit. Coach Pendry literally was at West Virginia when I was coming out of high school. He used to give me a ride home from school because we had a really good running back that he wanted to recruit. He didn't want me to say anything bad about their school.
It's funny to hear the offensive line turn around and say to Austin Allen, hey, you can't hold the cadence.
What are you waiting
for? Because listen, these hamstrings only hold up this 300 pounds for so long. I need you to get a little faster with that thing.
Jake Bennett, the center, a really smart player, you know, and understands it.
They spread it out. That's Asiata, the running back, down on the bottom, and now chased out of the pocket, and down goes Austin Allen. Jeremy Falk closes down for the sack, and again, Austin Allen hanging on to the football. Great coverage back here.
Coach, we talked about being able to read coverages and get the ball out quick. You have to find someone. You got to throw it. Pressure's coming from all over the place, and your offensive line is not built to go backwards. They're bigger guys, wider guys against these faster outside linebackers of the iron.
You see Sales making step up and have to step up in the pocket. And then contrasting was the 3-deep, 4 underneath zone there played by the Birmingham Iron Man.
Rico with his 4th punt of the game. It is dropped by Bray. A scrum for the football. Bray had it slip right through his hands.
Recovered there.
Andre Tolliver, I believe, recovered it.
Literally, Maurice, last week we did the Salt Lake Stallions game versus the Arizona Hotshots, and when Salt Lake fumbled a punt, and off that punt was the turning point in the game. We'll see how that affects this football game here today.
Coach, as a young punt returner in the NFL, this is one of the toughest things to do, because you have to trust the guys in front of you are going to do your job. Because my job is to look up and catch the ball, but if you ever get hit, you know you start to second doubt yourself a little bit.
Yeah, first and foremost, catch the football.
Or a costly fumble. And now a big opportunity here for Salt Lake as Oliver plows his way for 5. Remember, Salt Lake had a turnover, had a fumble down near the end zone in the first quarter. Now a gift from Birmingham.
I love seeing Brandon Oliver get back to his blockers and say, hey, you're supposed to go down.
Same side.
Okay, if you block down, I got to run. Coaching all the time. And that's going to happen in the NFL as well. You're going to coach everyone. You're going to tell guys what you see and expect them to do the same.
Wait up.
2nd and 7. Here's Allen. Little screen set up for Oliver. He's got a lot of room to run. Gets a block. Oliver inside the 5. Big pickup for Salt Lake. 19 yards on the screen.
Really a nice job of setting this screen up. Great patience. Nice job by Brandon Oliver. And you see the offensive lineman here pick up the man-to-man cover guy. Ryan Cummings, number 79, doing a tremendous job of picking up and getting the block to get the screen going.
Well, when you run a screen versus man-to-man, you always want to block the guy that's covering the back and run everyone off. Salt Lake has a great call there. Probably a tendency they saw and they wanted to utilize.
Big block there by Salisa Uatafe. Now a chance. Oliver cuts back. And about a yard. Casey Sales again. That'll take us to the 2-minute warning. A fumble on the punt has given Dennis Erickson and the Stallions a chance to get some points on the board. It's a shutout here. 2 minutes remaining in this first half.
Come on, Carol. Hawaii, nice.
Yeah, I'm excited. Finally earned enough rewards points.
So jealous.
Yeah, I can't wait to get that shave ice.
What's shave ice?
It's like a Hawaiian snow cone.
Why not just say snow cone?
I don't know, they call it shave ice.
You fly to Hawaii for this.
I don't go there for the ice.
You saved up your reward points for ice. That's a lot of ice.
Okay.
Go Rewards credit card from Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
Our hardware and software creates an opportunity for fans to be able to play a digital game that we've created in real time for the first time, truly real time, unlike anything that exists.
We are building fantasy, but instead of a fantasy that is, based on the whole season or based on the weekend, it's fantasy that happens play by play. All of a sudden, you've gone from being the general manager of the team to being the coach of the team.
Well, that app is #1 in both Google and Apple stores. And if you download it right now, there are all sorts of Easter eggs hidden in it. See what you can find and enjoy. There is Brandon Oliver. 8 games with the Chargers 2 years ago, was with the Colts preseason this year. Undrafted free agent back in 14 after a brilliant college career at Buffalo. And it is 2nd and goal from the Birmingham 3. That's Buonio in the backfield with Allen. Buonio finds a hole and touchdown, Salt Lake. Joel Buonio with the first score of the game and a 3-yard rushing touchdown.
You hear great job O-line because all Buonio had to do was start to the left on his inside zone footwork and just weave back to the backside A-gap because everyone's wiping everybody down here. Here we go. Bagno's going to go like this, but all these guys, they're going to take everything this way. He's just going to cut backside.
Maurice, what you said, I heard you say wave. He kind of rode the wave all the way back. That's what I always hear the offensive coaches talking about, is ride that wave and let it happen.
It's called sweat surfing, I think.
That's another great one.
Lady!
Got to go for two in the Alliance.
I would expect we'd get a similar type. We didn't get a chance to.
So the conversion fails. Jeremy Falk was first to greet Bagno. So 6 on the board after the touchdown on the 3-yard run by Joel Bagno.
And that's big. Stopping the 2-point conversion there is big in this football game, the way these games go. And Jeremy Falk